Hello, my name is Laura, and today we invited our teacher to get an interview. So, can you briefly tell about yourself and how many years of experience you have?
My name is Laura too. I work at the SDU, Suleiman Demirel University. I've been working here for 2 years already, and generally I have 17 years of experience already. I'm also a graduate of Oxford University. I did applied linguistics and second language acquisition there in 2020. So generally I have worked at language schools and also universities.
So why did you decide to become a teacher?
Well, I studied English philology at university, and I was planning to become an interpreter and work for an international company in maybe some kind of oil and gas field. But then my first job was connected with teaching English, and I thought, why not? I really liked it, and I'm still a teacher, as you can see.
So, I have a question that what methods do you use for teaching, and do you have individual approach for every student?
Well, there are lots of interesting methods in the English teaching process, but the main thing that I try to follow all the time is to have interaction with my students, student-student interaction, teacher-student interaction, and I also try to provide a calm and relaxed atmosphere for my students so that they could express themselves freely and not be scared of asking questions. This is really important to me.
I'd also like to ask something. As a teacher, do you have your own weaknesses?
Oh, yeah. I think there is a biggest weakness that every teacher tries to deal with. This is speaking too much in the classroom. So trying to navigate the classroom, to control everything, to monitor how much everyone speaks, and also ask questions to make sure everyone answers. We also say something, right? So sometimes it might be too much. So we need to avoid speaking too much.
So, could you give some advice to future teachers?
Well, first of all, I would say they should not be scared of making mistakes in the classroom. We should understand that we are not native English speakers, and of course we can make mistakes sometimes, it's okay. Not all the time, of course. And accept your mistakes. If, for example, you don't know something and your students tell you about that, smile and say, oh wow, I didn't know that. That is totally okay. Sometimes we might not know some kind of words, and it's okay to accept and say to your students, oh sorry, I don't know, or let's look up in the dictionary, for example. I don't think it's a huge problem. Or if you didn't know some words and then some students helped you with this is okay too, because we're not native English speakers and it is possible not to know something. Another thing I would advise to young teachers is to make a career plan in advance. They should know where they're going to work, how much they would like to work in their lives, how they're going to change their careers in the future, because there might be a problem of burnout, you know, when you work too much or when you work too long in the same place, that might be problematic. That's why, in order to avoid kind of burnout, you should plan everything in advance. It's very important to have a good career plan, actually. That's what I've understood at my age.
So it was interesting experience that I had in my life. It was my first interview as a questionnaire, so I was a little bit stressed and feel uncomfortable, but after the speech with Laura teacher, I feel myself very comfortable. So next, it was very easy to ask her questions, and I feel myself free with her. So I think it was interesting experience, and as Laura teacher said, it is good to be a multiply-skilled man. It helps you in multiple ways.
So, I think it was really interesting experience for me, because it was the first time that I interviewed a person, especially a teacher. Even Laura teacher was my previous teacher in the last semester, I was a little bit shy and anxious about everything. I was asking myself, like, am I doing right? Is it okay? And I like her support between me and my partner, like her words about the anxiety, about like doing and saying things right. And she gives us advice and also a little bit support, and I guess that's all we need about teachers, to interact with other people. So I really like this project.
Are going to сказать правильно? Подождите.
Давайте попрактикуем.
Own weaknesses and how do you deal with it? Do you think you have any weaknesses as a teacher? Боже мой, никогда не интервьюировал сейчас.
Вот, надо практиковать. I would also like to ask you something. Do you think you have weaknesses, any weaknesses as an English teacher? Вас надо отделить.
Ну да, походу.